Good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
hello,
Chris.
Hello.
How
we are
are
on
you?
our last digital dealer exclusives for 2024.
We are.
Can't believe it's here. I love that Karen said in the comments that she just finished watching Demo December. Good job, by the way, yesterday.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
And just had her second cup of coffee and she's still not dressed. Karen, you're our kind of gal.
No kidding. I would be there and joining you right there with you. If I wasn't here, I would be dressed either.
Exactly, I know. For sure. Yeah. All right. It's good to be with you, and thank you for joining us for Digital Dealer Exclusives for Machine Embroidery Club this morning on the 3rd of December. Crazy.
Yeah, it's just gone by so fast.
It really has, yeah. So last month we did the joy stocking, and now we're going to do something that gets us a little bit further into winter.
Right.
And you can have out all winter long, and it's these adorable snowmen. What could we use these for? I mean, they have them as hot pads, but yeah. I mean, there's lots of different things you could do with these.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you could put this design on anything. You could put on a mini quilt or just just about anything. It's adorable.
Yes.
It really is.
Yes. All right, I'll go ahead and hold it up again. So, I don't know. We've got Steve on the back. So shout out to Steve for filming today. And this comes in 3 different sizes.
Yeah. This one here is the 8x8.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Is this the largest size?
It is.
Okay.
The 8x8 and a 6x10 and a 5x7. So it gives anybody a variety of whatever your embroidery machine can handle.
I like that a lot. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Denise said put them on a foldable box. What does that mean?
Well, you could totally put him on the tote.
Oh, that's what she's probably referring to.
Yeah, I think probably
Denise, that's a great idea.
Yeah, probably on the front of one of those. And I think cute on a sweatshirt.
Yes.
I totally agree.
Sybil, that's a good idea too. So yeah, really, really fun. A fairly easy stitch up.
Oh, yes, it is. It's totally easy.
But the thing that we're doing here this morning that I think is really super cool is the fact that you're going to add your binding on by the embroidery machine.
In the hoop.
Yeah.
In the hoop.
Have you ever done that before?
I have not. And
I haven't either.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is genius. Yeah. I just need all of the different sizes. I need to figure out how they figured the size. So you could do it on all your projects.
You could. You certainly could. And I think that's one of the fun things about Kimberbell Digital Dealer Exclusives. I mean, yes, we could put on the envelope backing that we're so used to and we're so accustomed to. But the fact that we can now do something that's a little bit different, it kind of lets our, embroidery machine be the star, if you will, and try out something new and different. And that's what I love about DDE is it gives us a chance to try some new techniques that maybe we would have never done before.
I agree. When I found out that that's the way it was, I was excited about it because I'm like, that's something I've never done.
Right.
And it's something more that we can learn from our embroidery machine. Now, Barb says she's done it. Now, have you done it on another project or have you done it on this project? Because you got your DDE on Sunday.
Yeah.
So a lot of you might have already even stitched this out, and I think that's awesome. But have you done it on another project that you've worked on?
Right.
That's my question. So if you do, how on earth do you figure out the sizes on what size is your
no idea.
Your binding? That's the question right there, because it's got to be exact.
Yeah.
It's got to be exact. You've got to know exactly what the length is. You got to incorporate your seams. You got to incorporate your miter corners. You got to incorporate all of that stuff
through Me Time Delivered. So it was another Kimberbell item.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This is just going to be a fun one, because we're going to also do Fringe.
Yes.
You know, embroidery. And then again, just the idea that certainly you could add the envelope back, but why not try something different and new with the binding? So let's go ahead and begin. We're going to go ahead and take a look at our instructions here. Again, you can see that it actually comes in 3 different sizes, the 5x7, 6x10, and 8x8. And Sandra, what will the kit that we have put together, what will it make?
The kit that we gave you, will that you purchased from us, will actually make 1 of each size.
Okay, 1 of each size.
So
Perfect.
yeah, and you'll probably even have
cool.
a little bit of extra to make. You know, if you wanted
Yeah.
to make additional ones, you definitely could. You just have to add more binding or a little bit more backing. Other than that, yeah, the rest of it is plenty. So you'll have plenty of it to make what your heart desires on this one. That's for sure.
Kimberly has an interesting question. She said she wishes it was available near her. Will it be available online? Yes, it's available right now for you. You can purchase it through my girlfriend's quilt shop, and then you can download it from kimberbell.com. So absolutely, it's available to you right at this very moment. Just head on over to our website, mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com, and you'll find it over there. And we also have the kits available as well, Kimberly. So yeah, we got you covered, my friend.
Yeah. Just right there on our website, you can purchase it, and it's right there. And then when you do that, you purchase the design also.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Today we are going to do which size?
We're gonna okay. We've got this stepped out a little bit. We're gonna start with the 5x7, and we're gonna finish with the 6x10. And we've already got the 8x8 done. So hey, you'll be able to see almost
a little bit all of it.
Yeah.
Well, because we're doing, you know, the magic of the cake coming out of the oven kind of thing today.
Yeah, exactly.
So that you don't have to watch the entire stitch out. So we've got the 5x7 hoop. We have lined it with
a light mesh cutaway.
Light mesh cutaway stabilizer.
Yep.
All right. And that's the only thing that's going to go in right now.
Yeah. Now everything else is already prepared. You use fusible backing on your fabrics.
Okay.
Okay, and you need now the kit does not include your batting. I will say that.
Okay.
So that is one thing that you will need to have. This first thing is just going to give us a placement line for our batting, and then we'll trim that, put our background fabric on, and then it has the background quilting on it.
Well, that's kind of fun too, the fact that we have that background quilting already in the machine with it on that design. That's great. So this is the placement line, again, for the batting. I think we could just go ahead and just place it right over top. So when you do that, if you're brand new to this, you want to make sure that the batting is covering the entire placement line. You don't want to put it right on the placement line. You want it to actually cover over it.
And then you're just going to trim that up a little bit.
Yeah.
And so Chris,
I get
brought
to do this.
you
Yay.
the new Kimberbell scissors.
Oh my goodness.
That you get to use. Now,
in the new scissor case,
yes.
too. Woohoo.
Yes.
I love that.
Now, the first thing that we really should have talked about is, because you've got to have that ready before you do any of this, is the binding. So let's, while this is doing that, let's just go over that a little bit.
Okay.
It's pretty self-explanatory here. And I've got one. This is the one that you would start with. And basically you're gonna cut your strip the length of whatever they tell you to do, depending on which one. Then all you're gonna do is you're gonna take one end of it here, and you're gonna cross it over, and you're gonna put it like this on the other end of the strip.
Okay, so we're just
Yeah.
basically mitering this.
Right, and then you're just gonna take it to your machine and you're gonna stitch right down that line right there.
Okay, outside corner to outside corner.
Okay, and then you'll open it up, and if you'll grab that far one right there, already done, then you open it, then you just press your seam, and then you fold it together, and there's your binding.
that.
It's just in a loop like that.
Fantastic.
That's all it's gonna look like. So
I love that.
That you need to have ready before.
Let's show this one more time.
Okay.
Because I don't want anyone to get confused on this. So we're trying to join this end and this end together. And so you're just making, you're just doing it like you normally would with connecting mitered strips, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so you have those going perpendicular to each other. You just line it up right there. And then this will go right here. So you're actually sewing that part on the machine, your sewing machine.
Correct.
Preparing this. So
Correct.
that little part is not done on the embroidery machine.
No.
So but super easy. If you need to take a ruler and draw a line, you certainly could do that and do it straight on. And then, like Sandra said, here's your
Just makes a loop,
binding.
and then you fold them together, wrong sides together, and make that loop, and then it's ready to go.
okay, there we go.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna use the scissors here. I love your little scissor case that you've got them in.
You get to trim all of this up with our brand new
Yes.
Kimberbell scissors, and they are awesome.
Yes, they are. Gets nice and close. I was so excited when they came out with the double curve scissors. I've always been a fan of double curve, meaning that you've got the curve here and then it goes a second curve right there. Just helps you get into the hoop a little bit easier and right up against that applique too. So
You know, we actually had a customer in the store yesterday, Chris, that they asked about those scissors. Why do you use these versus the flex snips? Okay, and I said, well, first of all, it gives you a little bit more accessibility. Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm gonna put that in. It's going to do a placement line for our background fabric.
Okay.
Gives you a little bit easier accessibility with that curve, sometimes going over that hoop or whatever you have in your project. That curve actually gives you a little bit easier access.
yeah.
And it does. It allows you to get a little bit closer, and I've learned, this is the first pair that I personally have had. I've used them off and on, here, because we have another brand of them, but I've really learned to enjoy them. I really like them.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got several questions coming up in the comments about, are we worried about things melting if it's going to be a hot pad? Honestly, I'm not, but
No, but they do say that if you are going to use it for a hot pad, then you would not use batting, and you would use the Thinsulbrite.
Insulbrite.
Yeah, Insulbrite. You would
Yeah.
use that instead of the batting. So you use a layer of that instead. So
Okay.
if you are actually going to use it for a hot pad.
I don't know if I would. I think I would use it more as a decorative hot pad.
Yeah, I don't know that I
don't
would
think
either.
I would put my hot pan on it,
Yeah, I'm that way too. I'm going to use my regular hot pads that I've either made or purchased or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to put our backing on, that piece right there, Chris.
Okay.
And because it's given us our placement line, and I did change my thread because I didn't want that to show on the outside. The other ones I used a darker thread just so that you guys could see it. But now I'm changing to the same color that I'm going to use for my background quilting. And what I'm using here, they asked for a cream. I'm using a really light gray. It's called Dove Gray. And all of the colors I'm using today are Hemingworth thread, which we absolutely love here at Girlfriends.
Yeah, Barb, you could certainly use cotton thread if you wanted to, but again, for me, this is more of a decorative item for
Right.
my kitchen.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to worry about it. But certainly if you were, wanting to have it be something that you're using constantly with high heat, then yeah, you may consider it.
Yeah, you definitely would probably want to use a cotton instead of this, a polyester thread, that's for sure. Okay, so it did the tack down line for our background fabric, and now it's just going to do the background quilting on it. And
Yeah.
it's just,
And you don't cut this part out.
no, do not trim this. That will be all be done later on when we do the whole thing.
Yep. These are great questions, so keep them coming. That's what we're here for. And we're happy to help answer
Now,
anything that
light-
you're wondering about.
Okay, the light mesh stabilizer. Does it
I-
melt?
I've never seen it melt, but
I haven't
don't know.
either.
I don't know if I've ever tried to
I
melt
was gonna
it. so-
say, I don't know what the heat is on it. It doesn't melt when you iron it, that's for sure.
Right, exactly.
So-
And there's nothing hotter than that.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
that's
I don't know if I would.
give it a shot. I'm not sure I would do it.
Okay.
I mean, I look at this and I'm thinking, I put some work into it. It's not a ton of work, and it's fun, and it's
Yeah.
not, hard work or anything. But would I really want to use it for a hot pad? Probably not.
Probably not. I'd want to use it to hang
Yeah,
in my kitchen or from
yeah.
a stove, or to have sitting out on the
The
counter.
question would be, if you're giving it away as a gift,
Mm-hmm.
is that person going to use it as a hot pad?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's right, Sue. The cotton thread's more important if it was to go into the microwave.
Yes.
But yeah, this isn't something we're putting into the microwave. So, but you're absolutely right. You always want 100% cotton
Right.
if it's going in the microwave.
And your batting is.
And yeah,
your batting definitely is.
well, your batting, no, the Kimberbell batting is an 80, it's not 100%.
Oh, it's not
No.
100% on that either. Okay.
No, I can't remember the count, but it's not that. Yeah, Cindy said it's too cute to spill food on.
I
It's kind
agree.
of like our decorative tea towels. I would never, don't you dare use the decorative tea towel. Just for decoration. All right.
Okay, so now basically all this is doing is
Oh.
some simple applique.
Which we love.
Yeah, yeah. We're starting with the face, and then it'll do the placement line for the face, and then it's stitched down, and then you're gonna do the satin stitching and all of that. So, Chris,
Yes.
should we bring this hot out of the oven?
Yes. Let's do it.
Okay,
Here we go.
there we go.
Woo, this one's hot. There we go. I love it. You can see right here that, Sandra, what size is this one?
This one is a 6 by 10.
Okay, 6 by 10. And you can see that it's already been appliqued now. And so, so cute. In fact, we've got some decorative stitches going on around the hat as well. So easy peasy. Again, when you are around the face, for example, you would just put on your square of fabric, it would tack it down, and then you would trim it up. And then you keep doing that with all of those, and then it finally does the satin stitch. So the snowman is done. Let's see, Jill is asking, where is the design located? You can purchase it on our website, Jill, at mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com. Don't forget, shop has 2 P's and an E. And it's just $10 for the design, and you will find it in your kimberbell.com library. And thank you, Kathy. She has just put the link there for all of us. So, all right, Sandra. So we've gotten to this point.
Okay.
What do we do next?
We're going to put a pom-pom on the top of this little guy's hat.
So cute. Okay. So this little pom-pom is done with what they call fringe. Kimberbell does a lot of fringe, which is, and there's a special item that we have found to be very useful when it comes.
If you're going to do fringe, this is the
Yeah, this is
only way, by using a regular bobbin thread.
in that, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
it's got to be a different color, but I have tried that and I just don't get the success that I get
Oh my
with
gosh,
regular.
Sandra, I'm just laughing. I was looking at this going, what happened to your thread?
I'm going to make sure I know.
You gotta take a closer look. That's so smart. So you've got this little bobbin holder here, and seriously, did you guys think what I'm thinking? Like something weird is growing on it, Sandra. No, it's just a little hair tie.
Just a pony holder.
Yeah,
I'm going to make
so
sure that
smart.
everybody knows that this is thread that you're not going to use in a regular machine.
Oh, wouldn't that be terrible?
Yes.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to use it when sewing clothing, just saying.
Right.
All right.
So
this will vanish.
I definitely earmark my thread. That's for sure.
That's a great idea. And you also keep it in a little plastic baggie. Tell us why you do that.
Well, we don't worry so much about it around here, other than the fact that it dries out. We have really dry weather around here. But if you have any kind of a humidity in it, in your air, then you definitely want to put it in a baggie because, again, it's a water soluble.
Yeah, I think it's just good rule of thumb.
Yeah, it can get sticky.
Yeah.
Not so much of anything else other than it would get sticky.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
yeah, you definitely want to put it in a baggie and then definitely mark your bobbin, with a red marker, whatever the case may be, to make sure that you know that is not regular thread. So
That's right.
anyway, so step number, let's see, Chris, move over into your instruction book because I think it's on the top of page 8. The next one, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, so it tells you on here, let's see, let's see, bottom of 7, let's look at this one. No, that's 5, 6. We're here at 7, we did the mouth. Okay, then on 8, yes. Okay, up here it will tell you that all of your different sizes are done in a different color. Because if you're doing the 5x7, you're only doing one round of bobbin, one round of fringe. If you're doing a 6x10, you do 2 rounds of fringe. And if you're doing the 8x8, you do 3 rounds of fringe.
Okay.
Because of the different size.
Right.
That's basically
Makes
it.
sense,
Okay.
sure.
So in your instructions, each one of those is done in a different color. And then when you get down to the step on your machine, you can see here also, they are in 2 different steps. And then by the time you get down to the 8x8, you have a couple of different steps on it. So it is different on each different size as far as the step goes on your machine also. So anyway, this one here will be the 6x10. So ours is going to be in blue.
Oh.
Okay, the 5x7 is
So
done with black,
smart.
and the 8x8 is done in orange. So then that way you can follow the instructions, but yet
Yes.
you know what size you're doing.
Yes. Okay. So when you see right here, there's 2 numbers. The blue is the one that we are paying attention to. Is that right?
Correct.
Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Oh, interesting. See, they've taken such good care of us.
Yeah, that's the one thing is it's just like with Kimberbell instructions, you can't go wrong.
No.
You just, well, you can, but it's only because our feeble little brain isn't paying attention. Oh. Maybe that's the way.
What it is?
I don't know. Yeah, so I'm going to
right.
advance. Oh, actually, I am going to go out because I have a 5x7 in here. I'm going out.
Oh, you've got to pull up your 5x7
Yeah,
design.
I do.
Yeah. Now, normally at home, you would just be doing whatever, it would be the
Right.
same. You don't have to go out and come back in, so.
Yeah, but
All right.
because I'm going to another size, I've got to go in and bring in the other
Yeah.
size. So hold on here a second. Let me
Good
get.
morning, Janet. She's catching this on a quick work break. Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
We appreciate that, Janet. All right, Leanne would like us to talk about the Hemingway thread colors that we're using.
Okay.
Yep, we can do that as well.
All right. So let's see. On the other front page, I think I actually wrote them down, Chris. on the front. That one
underneath
right
it.
there. Right there.
Oh, all right. Leanne, are you ready for this? We've got dove gray, orange slice, and bluebird. Those are the colors.
And then, of course, just your black and white.
And your black and white, yeah. So
There
dove
we go.
gray, orange slice, and bluebird. All right. And what about navy?
Oh, yes, it's just navy.
Okay,
and
just
that's
a navy.
that is what it is, just
Okay.
navy. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so let's see. We are on step 19 right there. Now, at that one, it tells us to change our bobbin thread to a water-soluble or a visible color. And I am putting in,
I like that they have it highlighted in yellow.
and not only that, they put a little icon up here that has a bobbin, and it has a little water droplet.
So it shows that you're using water-soluble thread on this step.
Correct. See?
Fantastic.
Isn't that awesome that they
It
do that
is.
for us? Okay, now I'm ready to go. I think I can
Okay.
grab this. And we're going to start our fun little pom-pom for our snowman.
Okay. While that's stitching out, I want to remind everyone that today is Machine Embroidery Club Day. And so with that, you actually have a coupon code you could use for 15% off all of your machine embroidery purchases. So it's a great time to stock up on stabilizer or, anything else that you would like for machine embroidery. And that coupon code is Embroidery Club 15, all one word.
Yeah, and that's awesome. So every month in Embroidery Club, we get to do that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Embroidery Club 15 is the code.
So basically, this is just doing like a satin stitch, a really wide satin stitch. And then the next one, we're going to change our bobbin back to a regular bobbin. And it will do a tack down that will actually hold that fringe in place.
Yeah, so you want to absolutely make certain that you change that bobbin thread out. In fact, I understand that Fern has a story.
Yes, she does. She was doing the Bella box, the polar bear and the Bella box, and I guess there's some fringe that's done on that. And she didn't change her bobbin back out.
Oh no! Oh, Fern! Oh!
Yeah. And she goes, I can't even remember how far I went before she realized that.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, I could see that happening for sure.
Yeah. If you're trying to do too many things at once,
Yeah.
and we all do that, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
we are in that mode that I got to get this done, and you're trying to
Well,
do.
I gotta say, I did see the pictures of her polar bears, and they were stinking cute.
They were very cute.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely
they
adorable.
are really adorable. Okay, now I'm going to change
Out your
thread.
regular thread. I won't. I won't distract you on this one. We better make sure this happens.
Okay, you're not changing your top thread. You're only changing your bobbin.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Oh,
now
Fern.
it's going to do
Fern
that.
says to the end. Fern, I'm glad you can just laugh, at yourself. I want to know though, were you laughing like at the time, or were you about in tears? You got to tell us. Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah.
And Nancy says she did the same thing. She thought of Fern. Fortunately, she caught it early. How did I miss that? Did she?
She posted it out on our Facebook group.
I must have just seen the picture, but didn't read the caption. Oh,
Yeah,
my
she
goodness.
posted it out on our Facebook group. So.
Oh, wow. But Cindy's right. She's like, you'll never do it again.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's one of those things that you just go, oh boy. You make that mistake and then you just go,
'Kay.
I will never let
Number
that happen
21.
again.
Does it tell me?
But
Chris?
never say never. Just
Exactly. I'm on step
We're
number
gonna
21
change-
on my machine.
Say. Okay, so we're on step 21. You can see right here. And once again, in yellow, change the bobbin to a water-soluble thread or a visible color. Stitch the hat pom-pom fringe too. So, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put that back in.
Heidi said a good reminder to us all, for sure.
Yeah, you know, that's one thing that's really nice is that we can learn from others' mistakes.
Yes, yes.
And today you're going to learn from a mistake that I made. So when we get to that point, I'm going to throw myself under the bus.
I do it, hey, I do it all the time, all day long.
Yeah, I am going to definitely throw myself under the bus here.
It just happens, you
Yeah.
know? It's just human nature.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought, well, I learned, and now you can learn from what we do wrong, and
Absolutely.
that's the best part about all of this. You know, when you're in a quilting group, at machine embroidery, whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
when somebody else can teach you something,
Yes,
that's
yeah.
always the best.
yeah, definitely.
That's why projects like this, or you know, even our events, or
Sure.
any of our 3-in-3 demonstrations, if we can make it a little bit easier for you,
Yes.
then we've done our
and
job.
Then, you know, one of the things that you know, hopefully a lot of people will resonate with is the fact that, you know, when you do make a mistake, we're going to show you how you get out of it.
Right. I learned a long time ago.
Everything's figure outable.
Yeah.
So
There's no mistake. It's a creative experience.
Exactly. Yep, absolutely. So, yeah, Deb said kind of like ironing on vinyl. Would think she'd learned after once, nope, 3 times. Deb, I can't help you with that.
Third time's a charm, Deb.
Deb is my good friend, so I can give her a bad time.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, now I put my regular bobbin thread back in, and I think we're gonna do our last tack down and little design here.
I mean, I don't know if people remember a few years ago, I was doing a demonstration during 3 at 3, and it was for the fusible grid. And I ironed that fusible grid. Like I was said, why isn't it sticking? Well,
It's on the wrong side.
it was on the wrong side. It
and
happens
it
to
stuck
us
to the
all.
ironing board, probably.
Yes, yes. It happens to us all. So don't you worry one bit.
Yeah, it does.
It is what it is, and we just all learn from each other.
Yep, exactly, and that's why the embroidery and quilting teams together work so well. You
Yep,
know.
absolutely. All right, Sandra, what step are we on?
Okay. Well, we've got him all done here. We've got his little pom-pom
Sweet.
done.
All right.
So now what you would do is you would take that pom-pom and you would spray it with water.
And we're going to do that now.
We have to, because we're going to put a back on this.
That's
all
right.
in the
So-
machine.
Yes, yes.
And so you would do that now,
Right.
and you would, so there's your water bottle. And
Okay.
I just am going to say, be ever so gently here, but yeah, because we're going to go from here, we're going to finish it up from here. So
Okay.
anyway, 'cause you want it to dry a little bit, but we're just going to do it a little bit and then.
I love this. Oh, I'm a member of the 3P Club, Kim says, and I couldn't hide it with my thumb. Nope, I sure couldn't. There was no way around it.
Yeah.
It was what it was.
Yeah. So you see what Chris is doing here. She's just spraying that a little bit with water, and then she's just kind of working that in a little
Yeah.
bit. Now, you can take, I found like the purple thing works
Yeah, that
really
works good.
well
Yeah.
to kind of work that. And then you can see how right even now that your
Yeah.
threads are starting to just kind of pop out. Okay, so you just kind of work it. I just take your finger, but you see how it's just kind of dissolving.
Yeah.
And so it actually is.
But we're going to do this on the other side, right? We're going to pull this up.
We are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have a recommendation of what you like to use on this?
Let's see if there's one in the drawer. I did not bring my purple thing. So that actually is one of my favorite. I've also used my stiletto by Annie.
Yep. I
I
think that's
do
what I'll
know
be
there's
using
one
today.
in here. Yeah, I have used that. I like to use it and just kind of pop that up. See how that's just popping? Look at that.
Yep.
It's just
so fun.
pulling right out. And then you have this nice little fringe ball on our little snowman.
Oh, he's adorable. Oh my goodness, so cute. Heidi, she said she just irons the shrink stuff without sewing it first. Oh, I could see that happening too, Heidi.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it definitely happens to us all for sure.
I like to call that shrinky dink. I love that stuff. I think
Look how cute that
it
is.
is just so fun to use.
Yeah.
The fringe and the shrinky dink. I love the
my
shrinky
gosh.
dink stuff.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah.
Oh, yeah, someone asked, is this Fringe? Yes, it is, Sharon, and isn't it so adorable?
And
Oh
there
my
we go.
goodness. Okay.
And we,
Oh,
you
he's
can
so
work
cute.
with it and make it come out better and everything, but that's basically what you're gonna do.
Did I not do it good enough?
No, you're
She says, you can make it better. It's fine. You can make it better.
Well, there's still some that's not all the way out, which is fine, Chris.
It's all good. It's fine. It's good. My fringe is okay. Fringe worthy? Is this fringe
It's
worthy?
fringe worthy.
Okay.
It is.
Sweet.
It shows what needs to happen.
Okay.
That's right. So, what's our next step? We're on step
I
number
don't
23
know.
on our
Let's see.
machine.
Oh, we're ready to add a back.
I think so.
Okay.
Okay. So, what's step number 23 say in there? But I think we have to do something before.
Oh boy.
Okay, so we finished all of this. We
did
pulled our fringe
this.
out. Turn the hoop to the
Turn
back
the
and
hoop
put
to
on the back.
Place the back fabric right side up, covering the background tack down line, and tape the corners and edges into place. All right, so
Okay.
there we go. And
Let's see.
where did my backing
It's
go?
right here. It's in this little, see, I've got it all marked here so we don't get them mixed up. All right, there's your back.
Okay.
And there's your ribbon for it.
And you did put fusible on the back of this as well.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Okay, make sure.
Make sure it's covered over top of that, right?
Yeah.
Yep, centered.
And Chris, I like the way that you make sure that that tape attaches to your hoop also.
Oh, yes. I like to, if I can get it to attach to that hoop, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, it helps keep it down, because how many times have you done this and the backside is folded over? There
Yep.
again.
Yep.
You learn from your
Exactly.
little issues that we have that happen to us, and we don't want them to happen again, so we just secure it down and make sure it's great.
Okay, there
All
we
right.
go. So the question for everyone out there is, are you fringe worthy? All righty.
And I am keeping in the blue thread. It's just one that doesn't matter.
Yeah,
At this
it's not
point,
gonna
none of
show.
this is going to show. But I'm doing this so that so we can see it, that's for sure.
I like that they even have you stitch out a loop placement line.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it just, again, takes us step by step on how to do it all.
Now, if by some chance you do not want to put the binding on, you want to put a regular backing on, what would you do? How would you do that, Chris?
Oh, wow. Well, if you didn't want to do the binding, but why wouldn't you? But if you didn't want to, what you could do is I would take 2 pieces of fabric, fold them in half with wrong sides together, have them overlap. We're so used to doing that with so many Kimberbell projects. So they overlap in the middles, and then I would put it on top.
On top, that's right,
so
not on the back.
bottom, on top of the hoop, tape it into place, and then I would just do that square one more time.
Right. You could actually do it at this step right here.
This step you could do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
This step is where you would do it. Unless you wanted to put a hanger on it. Nope, I would still do it at this step. I would definitely do it at this step. So that step that we just did, number 23, is where I would, so what it's telling you to do now is take the tape off of it.
Okay,
So-
and I like you're saving your tape.
I am, I do
Yeah.
reuse it.
Oh, I do too, all the time, for sure.
Okay, and then now it's going to do a little stitch. I believe number 24 is your placement line
Yep.
for
the ribbon.
ribbon.
For this little guy right here. And this guy we're just folding in half. And looks like we're just doing a little finger press here on the fold. And if you were using ribbon with a wrong side, you're going to fold the wrong sides together because obviously you want the pretty side to be on the outside.
And you're going to put it on the back.
On the back. Ah, so you got to look right there. Okay. Did everyone catch that?
I'm almost
'Cause I
positive.
almost-
Double
I
check
almost
it.
did
Double
that
check it
wrong.
because I think
No, you're right. You're
I think
absolutely
it's
right.
on the back.
So you turn it to the back, and it looks like, again, if I'm looking at my instructions, we're going to place the ends a 1/4 inch over the placement line. So I've got the placement line. You probably can't see it very well on camera, but it's right here. You'll definitely see it when you're in your own sewing studio. And you do it about a 1/4 inch. The fold is on this side, and then just place a piece of tape here. And we'll reuse one of those pieces. And I like to just put my hand underneath it and give it some stability there as I tape that down. Okay, what next?
I think now it does a tack down line for it, does it? Number 25? Mine on the machine
Yes.
shows me just this little
Yeah,
line
that's
again.
it.
So
It says stitch the loop tack down line. So yeah, easy. Cindy said it would be a mini pillow.
I agree.
That's a cute idea too.
yeah, definitely the 8x8 can make a really cute little mini pillow. And then at that point, you would definitely want to use the envelope back on it.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now guess what we're gonna do?
We're gonna do the binding.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I haven't seen this before. All right.
Okay. So, the important part that they tell you that I totally agree. How many times have you put a binding on a quilt and you get around to your third or your last corner and all of a sudden you've got your seam in your mitered corner,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely. Yeah. You
Yeah,
don't like
it's
that.
happened. I know it's happened to all of us.
Absolutely. It happens to me quite often. Sometimes I have to kind of audition before I get to that point to go, okay, is that going to, no, that's going to make that seam go right into there. I want to.
But you got a great big quilt and all,
Yeah.
you know, it happens. It definitely happens. So what they tell you on your instructions here is you're going to start with your seam at the bottom here.
Okay.
And you're going to, let's see, I got to read how they word this, okay? Let's see, we are on step number.
This is pretty cool.
It is. It really is. It's awesome how they've done it. Okay. Definitely they tell you do not pull or stretch the binding loop when you
Okay.
place it.
Okay.
Allow the binding loop to lie in place naturally. Okay.
It's lying
Okay.
naturally.
Place the binding loop seam in the center of the bottom of the
Okay.
hot pad to ensure that that seam does not end up on a corner.
Nice.
Okay?
Okay.
So you want to align the raw edges of the binding with the fold towards the center, and you want to just kind of align it
towards the
on.
center.
So then you align that along to the raw along the edge there, and it does say, let's see, align the raw edges with the binding placement line there. Okay, and tape it in place. That's it.
Okay. Like all the way down?
Okay, it's going
I
to
doing
start
that
in the
correctly?
middle here and only do half of it.
Okay.
Okay, but yes. And it's only going to go to the center. I mean,
Okay.
go to the corner. All right, now.
All right, so just like this.
Correct.
Okay. All right. And it's going to stitch that down. Wow.
Now it goes to the corner and then it does your diagonal line.
Oh, so you have something to
Yes.
follow for your miter.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. That's
Yes, it does.
amazing.
All right, now you're going to take
Okay.
your tape off.
All right. Okay.
Then you're going to miter your corner.
Okay. I don't know how well you can see that, but it did the stitching and then it goes off. All right. So, all right. Do I need to, how would I do this? Just like
Just
that?
like
Okay.
that.
Yeah. So what you're going to have to do is treat it almost like as if you were at a sewing machine. So when I miter my corners, I have to, switch things around because the machine's going to go this way, right? So that means I bring this up and just give it a little finger press and then back down on itself, making sure that the fold is at the top. This is amazing. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to do that one more time, make sure everyone's all together on this. So remember, this just stitched out. It was like this. This just stitched out, goes off at a 45-degree angle. We're going to turn it around so that we can get this. I mean, you can't go wrong here,
No.
Sandra. You've got that 45-degree angle right there. This is so cool. And then you bring it back on top of itself, just like we would if we were at the sewing machine. That's
Yep.
amazing. Okay, so we're going to do a few little pieces of tape here to hold into place as well.
Yep.
That is so cool.
I know. When I did this,
Oh.
I'm like, it really did. I'm sure.
Again, this
My-
is one of those reasons why we love digital dealer exclusives. It gives us a chance to try out new things. Yeah, Janice says, Kimberbell's showing off again.
I totally agree.
Oh my goodness, that's so cool. Melinda says, thank you, Kimberbell. Incredible. I know, so fun. And it sewed off again at a 45-degree
did.
angle, is my guess. Yep.
Yep, it
Sure
did.
did. All right, so again, I'm just going to peel off that tape. Yeah, and if you just tape it just barely into that seam allowance, you won't even get it caught on there. Okay, so this stitched all the way from here to here and went off at a 45-degree angle. So I'm gonna come up, do a finger press, and back down on itself. Janet wonders if she'll ever be as smart as Kimberbell. Absolutely.
I'm not even going to give it a
They're,
try.
they're making, you know what? They're making us so smart on these machines.
They are, aren't they?
And-
You know they are.
Yeah.
It was really funny. I was stitching out something over the weekend, and my son comes in, and he's like, "Well, that doesn't look like fun, Mom. It's just doing everything for you." I'm like,
You're like, you can go
"Nathan,
now. You can go
Nathan,
now."
That's the fun part about it. Yeah. I'm going, oh, thanks, bud.
Yes. Patsy, they do. Kimberbell does have some smart designers. I know. I would like to be a fly on the wall in their boardroom when they're sitting around going, what else do you think our machines could do?
Yeah. Now, as you'll see, this is a little
It
tight.
gets a little tight, yeah.
It is a little tight, and you have to just kind of maneuver it here.
Don't get your fingers too
There
close.
we go. I got it. And this other corner is going to be even more so. So you just kind of have to maneuver it.
Okay.
I may need to use that stiletto by Annie there. You can see how it just kind of was a little tight there on that corner.
Oh gosh, we're gonna be okay.
We should be. I'm hoping that I got the right piece for you.
I don't
Chris.
think you did.
I might have got the wrong piece.
That ain't gonna work.
You know what? I had so many pieces going all over the place. So.
Oh shoot. Okay. So
I might have not got the right one because I had like 3 different pieces of binding floating around here, and
it happens. It's fun one.
Okay.
We're just gonna get it to this point.
Because I'll tell you what I did when I did this one here. Okay, I trimmed it just a little too close, and I cut my binding right here. Mm-hmm. So when I went to fold it back over, that's why I said I'm gonna throw myself under the bus here. So I trimmed it too close. So make sure that when you trim this after you're all said and done, that you don't cut your corners.
Okay.
Just saying. Yeah, I guess I must have had, I apologize, Chris.
It's fine. It happens to us all for sure. So just make sure when you cut your binding, you're doing it to the right size.
You got the right one. Exactly.
All good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, so at least you guys get the idea.
You get the idea.
Of what's happening.
Because it works. It does work because I had everything, it was all worked out on there, and it was when I cut it. And I went to turn it, I'm like, oh yeah, great. I just cut the corner of my binding.
That's right.
Anyway.
It's fine. Now, what I could have done, obviously that part's too late, but I'm trying to, again, with my mantra, if it's all figure outable, why couldn't you, if this had happened to you, well, you know what, I would personally, I probably would have just ripped it out and started.
You started again. Yes,
on the
and that's
binding,
exactly what I would have done too.
What you certainly could do. I was going to say you could take another small piece of binding, do an overlap right here, and then go all that way. So you could absolutely do that too. So not a big deal.
No.
Something again to learn from.
Thanks, Denise. You made me feel a whole lot better.
You could definitely
Sharon,
add another piece.
Yeah.
Yep. So so a few lessons to learn here, which is good. This is really good.
Yes. Splice it. Yeah, exactly.
You could splice it. Yep. Or you could just pull it off and just start with a new one.
Yes.
Or you could splice it. You could have another overlap right there and go all the way around. So.
But when push comes to shove, we're done, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So you take it out, you trim it, and then you flip that binding, and
So that's the last step.
Yep, that's it.
That's the last step.
That is it. Yeah.
All right.
So then you just take it out, you fold it, and you flip your binding to the inside, and I just stitched in the ditch.
Nice. And then you were able to catch everything on the back.
Yeah.
So again, stitching in the ditch, you're just going right in between here.
Now, I was surprised. I said something to, I can't even remember who I was talking to, not here too long, and I said something about, well, you just stitch in the ditch, and she just kind of looked at me like,
what does that mean?
What do you mean by stitch in the ditch?
I find myself doing that all the time too,
and so,
I have to think.
Yeah, I have to think, okay.
Not everyone knows that.
Not everybody knows that. So basically what you're doing is just taking your needle and making sure it's going right down your seam.
Yep.
And you're stitching in that ditch that your seam makes.
And you know what I like to do oftentimes when I do stitch in the ditch is I actually like to put monofilament thread in my top, and then that way you just don't see it at all. And if it were to accidentally catch the edge, you'd be fine.
And it does. I do it all the time. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah. So you just flip that to the other side, and then again, just stitch it down. Or you can stitch it by hand if that's what you want to do also. Either way.
Oh, I could see the snowman in all different colors and just fun fabrics and all those things.
Yeah, he's a cutie.
Yeah. I mean, what
Wobble
else?
in the ditch.
Oh, she wobbles in the ditch.
Yeah.
I like that, Sandy. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too, Sandy. That's great. I like that.
Okay, so that is for today. This was really fun, Sandra. I like
But
this
it does. I
design.
promise you guys, it works. Because when I put it on this one, it worked.
Absolutely.
If you cut the
We
right
know
size
that.
binding piece.
Okay, Deb, that is one of my favorite binding tricks.
Yes.
Is she's asking, do you glue stick the back binding prior to stitching in the ditch? I do.
I do.
Yes, I do. I just a few little dabs will do.
Well, and you set it with
And-
your iron.
Exactly. Yep.
Yep.
And it just holds everything in place. In fact, Fern, if you're watching, she finished the game night quilt that her and I showed a few weeks ago on 3 at 3. And she said to me yesterday when she brought it up, she said, you have got to check out my binding. My binding is the best I've ever done. And I was like, oh, okay. So I looked at it and I said, wow, this is really, really good. I said, what's your secret? She said, the glue stick method. And I said, yep, that's right. She just paid close attention to where her, where she was folding it
Yep.
over just a titch beyond the seam line.
Yep.
Put a little bit of glue there, press it down with an iron, and then when you stitch in the ditch, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, there she is. Yeah. So, I mean, it looked really good. So
Yeah.
that is definitely the trick to having perfect binding that you can do on your sewing machine and don't ever have to hand stitch it.
I do not
Although
like
I do like hand stitching.
Do you?
I don't mind doing that. But if I'm in a hurry, or if it's a project that's going to be like washed and stuff, I do like to stitch in the ditch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Stitch it down by machine. I'm
Yep.
that way too.
Yeah,
I like to do it
because
that way.
in the front looks like you did it the other way.
Right.
So anyway, kind of fun.
Right.
All right. Well, we need to, before we end today, we've got to talk to you about next year. It's going to be here before you know it.
Oh, I am so excited for this.
It's digital dealer exclusives in 2025, and they're changing things up a little bit, and I'm totally here for it. So we've got the mystery quilt, cute. I mean, I had a chance to see. It's a mystery to everyone else, although I gotta say, I mean, we kind of pretty much know, we know the colors. We know the fabrics that are going to be used. Same time, same place with Sandra and so if you haven't signed up, make sure you do, because right now it would be normally $249 if you want
Such a cute little
digital dealer
bag.
exclusives. Yes, the bag is so cute. You can do that. You can pick up the fabric, the embellishment kit, and we will send it to you all at once.
Okay.
So your designs come each month on the first
first,
working day
yeah.
of the month.
Sunday?
And I was like, Kathy, because she's the first day of the month is when they come into your kimberbell.com library. So if you want to save $50, go ahead, head over to my girlfriend's quilt shop right now. You're gonna the best deal is to get all of the designs for the entire year, to receive the fabric kit for the entire quilt, including the backing. And background quilting designs are included in this as well.
Oh man.
Yes, the background quilting is not a separate purchase. That is part of it. And let's see, the designs.
And would be your stabilizer.
Mm-hmm.
How about stabilizer, your batting, and your thread for $200?
Yeah,
That's a deal.
it is a deal, because if you think about this, it is $10 a month for the design.
Yeah.
Which is $120.
That's $120
by
alone.
itself. But now
Right.
you can get the entire fabric kit, front and back, and embellishments with background quilting for $199.
Whoa.
That's pretty amazing.
That's nice.
Just saying. So it ends up, someone did the math for us, it ends up being like $15 a month, which is fantastic. Because
So if-
again, normally you're paying $10 for just the design.
So they're asking here then, so if you purchase it, that means you get a free design, which is
Yeah,
the ladybug, is a free design.
Which is going out this week.
And that you get that now. You don't
Yes.
have to wait till January
Right.
for that.
Yep,
You get that
exactly.
now.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And yes, Elisa said it looks like some months actually have more than one design.
Yes, they do. You do more than one block. But you use different techniques every month.
That's what we love about digital dealer exclusives.
And I saw that some months you're making more than one block, but it goes in different places on the quilt.
Exactly. It's going to be fun. Now, if you want to receive just the patterns by themselves, just the embroidery designs,
okay,
you can still do that, and it's $10 per month.
Okay.
But for $15 a month, you could get the fabric kit, the background, the backing. I mean,
okay, so
that's
then,
a no-brainer.
So then, if say I decide I just want the designs, but then I get started and I'm like, you know, I really like their fabric. Maybe I want the fabric too. So come February, and I can redo January's or whatever I want to do. Can I buy them the whole thing, or do I just buy it?
But it won't be at the discounted
That's
price.
what I'm wondering. Okay, so in reality, because it is a mystery. If you don't like mysteries, that's a tough call for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But you know what? Have you ever seen anything from Kimberbell that you really just don't want to do?
No.
Exactly. Right.
No.
Right. No.
No.
No. No.
So, but plus you do see, I mean, if you go to our website, you can see up close what the fabrics are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you love the fabrics, and we know it has flowers on it because it's called the wallflower quilt. It is for a wall. I don't remember the size offhand, but you can find that information on our website.
Yeah,
as well.
it is on our website, but it's big.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We
It's
have
good size one.
the mock-up downstairs,
Yeah.
but anyway, but you can find all that information for sure on our website. So, all right, are there any questions? Let's see, what is the first Tuesday of January? Will we even be here?
It is like the 6th.
Oh, is it the 6th? Okay, then we would be here for sure.
6th, yeah, we're here. I'm going to look really quick here.
We hope you all have enjoyed Digital
7th.
Dealer Exclusives
January 7th.
2024. January 7th.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Because the 1st is on a Wednesday.
Okay, all right. So we will be with you on January 7th. Hope you'll be with us. And yeah, Deb said, if you're a Kimberbell lover, you'll be safe with the mystery. I think you really will. I really.
I do too.
Again, I think personally, it's an easy way of saying, you know what, I don't have to worry about it every month. I don't have to think about it every month. You're going to have everything all up front, except for the designs, and they'll automatically be delivered to your Kimberbell.com library on the 1st of every month.
And
So-
Cindy, the banner is just for the stores.
Oh yeah, the banner's just for the stores. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But
Thank you, Donna. 30 inches by 48 inches is the size.
But it is, you can see the banner on our website. It shows it on our website, so we're good to go.
Yep.
It doesn't. You cannot use the coupon code for it because it's already
on
at a
sale.
discounted price, so you can't use that. And then come January, if you didn't sign up for the whole year, come January, you still can't use a coupon code for each individual month either.
No. So,
So.
all right, it's going to be a fun one. We hope you'll join us. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm very, very excited. It really is adorable, and I think you're going to just enjoy learning so many new things. So, Donna asks, will we demonstrate the borders with the background quilting? Absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. Let's see. Kathy said, love all the Kimberbell DDE things and looking forward to the mystery quilt. Well, wonderful, Kathy. Thank you. We're going to have a great time.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it'll be really fun.
You can hang out with me and Sandra.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, come on.
Can't ask for a better pair, right? No.
No, you and Fern. You and Fern are a better pair. I can't even do justice on that one. All right, everyone. Janet, if you're looking for today's snowman, you can find it at our website, mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com. Don't forget, shop is spelled SHOPPE, and I'm sure somebody will put it in the comments, a direct link for you right now, but that's where you can find that design. And the designs are not discountable. And the
Right.
kits are not discountable. So, the kits for this. Now, other kits are.
Yeah,
But
the
not for.
past ones, you can
Yeah.
get the past ones, and
Well,
some of those are.
But not discountable.
Right,
Yeah. Only for Premier Club members
right.
from last year. So, anyway, when does Wallflower ship? Really soon, like mid-December.
I think soon, yeah.
So, yeah.
I haven't seen them in the warehouse yet. I think they're, I don't know. I haven't seen them. Let's put it that way. And I'm over there 3 or 4 times a week. So,
Yeah.
and I haven't seen him start on it yet. So I'm going to talk to Tara Lee and see what she has got to say
Where
about
are
it.
we at?
Where we at?
So, but it'll
yeah.
be before January.
Yeah.
There you go.
Before the 7th anyway, or hopefully you'll get it.
Hey, while
Before
I've
the 7th.
got you here for just a minute, let me give a little shout out about what's some exciting things happening today. I hope you'll join me at 3 Things at 3, that's at 3 p.m. Mountain Time, because we not only have a darling little door hanger project that Suzanne is coming up to teach. Suzanne and Cindy will be with me, but I also have a very special guest from Aliso Irons, Michelle Muska, and she has come to us all the way from Connecticut. She just flew in last night, and she'll be with us. She's going to share some of her best tips for when it comes to pressing during 3 at 3. And then tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, I hope you'll join us for Swig, because we have Michelle joining us. She's going to show us the entire line of Aliso irons, and I have to say, they are new and improved. They are new and improved for sure.
My Aliso iron.
Yeah.
And
So-
not just the little one. I have 2, mind you, of the big ones. And everybody that comes to my house and they see me use it and it pops up, they're like, what? What did that iron just do? I'm like, well, I just let that go and it just pops up. So it doesn't,
And of
it's
course,
awesome.
we'll have
I love
good
'em.
deals for you.
I love
on
'em.
it tonight. That's what we always do on Swig Night. Really good deals. So we've got the new wool carriers for the irons. We have their new wool mats. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to learn so many different things about pressing that you never knew existed. Like, honestly, this woman, she knows her pressing, and I'm so excited to have her be our guest and have her actually be in the studio, not only this afternoon, but tonight. So please make sure and join us, because you might have a chance. Everyone's got a chance who joins us, a chance to win one of those Aliso irons. Not you. Sorry, I know, Sandra, I know.
I'm going to get my daughter on there.
There you go. There you go. Exactly. So you could have a chance to win that, and we will be giving that away live tonight. So you've got to be present to win on that one. So make sure and tell your friends, share with other people about this, because the Aliso irons are pretty fantastic. They have the travel size, they have the big ones, and we're going to learn some new things from Michelle that might just blow you away. So, all right.
Marilyn, sorry. I have to laugh at her comment. That's funny.
Gives you special powers like in Wicked, defying gravity. That's right, exactly. Oh boy, Marilyn, I might break out into song. I won't do that. You don't want to hear that.
Just a real quick, somebody's asking about the demo December design. They missed it yesterday.
Oh.
Can they still get it?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. If you, let's see.
Go on our
website.
Yeah.
Look
And
up.
Demo December, and I believe it's still there. I
They've
think
got the
there's
replay link
the
for
replay links
you.
and everything that you can still get it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
okay.
so
So
anyway.
we've got you taken care of. Everyone will be able to receive that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sharon, you got to watch it. You never know. And
That's
plus,
right.
I love learning new things from people.
Yes.
So it's not just talking about Aliso itself, but I mean, she's going to be teaching us even things like how to properly take care of your iron from the inside and out, which I think is pretty cool. So, and then just pressing things to know about pressing. And she's got also a small project she's going to show us. So it's going to be fantastic. I hope you'll join us. And Judy, Demo December was yesterday. However, it's not too late to get your Demo December design. Just go ahead. Kathy's got
There
a
you
link
go.
right there in the comments, and click on that. You can register for it. We'll send you the download, replay, as well as the design. So, okay. All right, friends. Thank you so much for being with us. Merry
Thank you.
Christmas,
Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays. This is what, the joy that comes through creating. And
It is.
Kimberbell has definitely taken it to a whole new level for us. Aren't we so grateful that we have embroidery machines, that we are able to learn new things, and that we have a wonderful company like Kimberbell who continues to put these things out for us.
Yeah, and we continue to learn new things.
All the time.
Yeah. It's
All
awesome.
right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.